This is the story of a butcher shop in France where Sophie and her husband Vincent work together. These people sell a special kind of meat whose test was such that if someone ate it once, he would become crazy about this meat. That's why its demand was so high that people were in line for many hours to buy it. But the surprising thing is that this meat was not of any animal but of humans. Yes, you heard right. These couples used to kill humans and sell them, although their customers did not know this at all. Because when the customers asked, these people told them that this is a special type of Iranian pig meat, which is very difficult to get. Now, what happened to them that they were ready to sell human meat? We will find out in the movie ahead. So the story begins with two couples named Sophie and Vincent whose shop was in very bad condition. Only a few customers used to come to their shop. Their condition had become so bad that it was becoming difficult for them to pay their monthly expenses. Vincent's wife Sophie was very upset about this. Now one day when they were working at their shop, some vegetarians suddenly come to their shop and start breaking. Actually, these people hate meat eaters and sellers. Such people are called vegans. Now one of them is caught by Vincent, but then his friends come and get him rid of Vincent and run away from there. First, their shop is not running and they have suffered so much loss from above. Anyway, next day Vincent goes to his friend Mark, who is the owner of a butcher shop like him. But Mark's situation is not at all like Vincent. He makes a lot of money from his business. With this, Mark shows arrogance about his money and tries to make them feel ashamed here. Sophie feels bad about this insult. After which, when they are both coming back from there, then Sophie tells Vincent on the way that look at Mark. He also does the same business like us, but there is a difference between his earnings and our earnings. Now I can't stay with you anymore. Saying this, Sophie starts talking about leaving Vincent. Now listening to all this, Vincent gets very angry, and then he sees one of them on the way, a vegan activist who had attacked his shop. Now Vincent in anger first hits him and then puts the car on top of him. Vincent thought that maybe he was just a little hurt, but when he got out of the car, the boy was dead. Seeing this scene, Vincent gets very scared and starts calling the police. But then Sophie stops him and explains that you have committed this murder, and if the police come here, then you will go to jail. Hearing this, Vincent asks him, what should we do now? To which Sophie replies that we will do small pieces of it and throw it away. No one will know about it. I have learned all this by watching a serial on TV. Now Vincent was not a bad person, but to get out of this situation and save his life, he was ready for it. Now after coming back home, Vincent gathered his courage and started cutting that body into small parts. After that, when it was too late to work, he went to his room and slept. The next morning when his eyes opened, he found that he did not have the meat he had grinded which he had kept yesterday. When he asked Sophie about this, then Sophie tells him that I sold that meat to the customer. Hearing this, the ground creaked under Vincent's feet. He had never thought that his wife would sell human meat. Now before he says anything to Sophie, the same customer comes there whom Sophie had sold meat. That customer tells these people that the meat which I had taken a while ago, I liked its taste a lot. I have never eaten such a tasty meat in my life. Please, I want more of this meat. That woman asks him that, by the way, whose meat was this? Hearing this, Vincent first gets a little scared, but later he tells that this is the meat of an Iranian pig, which is very difficult to get. After a while, that customer takes the meat and leaves from there. After his departure, Vincent argues with Sophie about this, that why did you sell human meat? On which Sophie tells him that the meat of the pig was over at our shop, so I sold what I got then. Anyway, only a few customers come to our shop. If they also return empty-handed, then our shop will be locked. On the other hand, Vincent was quite upset with Sophie's decision. Now as soon as the blink of an eye, another customer comes there who says that I also want the same Iranian pig meat which a woman had taken a while ago. I like that meat a lot. And then what was it? As soon as he saw this, a crowd of people gathered at his shop, and in a while, his meat was out of stock. Today he had earned a lot of money. Now after nightfall, Vincent himself tries this meat. Actually, he had to find out what is in this meat that people are completely crazy to eat it. Now when he tested it once, he lost his mind. Actually, he had not eaten such delicious food till date. Now Sophie comes to Vincent and tells him that this meat was of a vegan. If we keep killing such vegans and selling them, then no one can stop us from becoming rich. With this, the population of vegans will also decrease from the world. However, Vincent clearly denies this decision. He says that whatever happened was an accident. I don't want to become rich by killing another person, and it would be good for you to get this thought out of your mind. Now the next day, his daughter Chloe comes to his house with her boyfriend Louis, where Vincent works hard for him for many hours and makes a dish. But when he went to serve him, Louis said that I don't eat all this because I am a vegan. And the surprising thing is that now seeing Louis, his own daughter Chloe has also become a vegan. This boy in a single blow waters Vincent's hard work all day. After this, when they leave, Vincent's face was red with anger. Now he has also decided that all the vegans should be killed from this world. Now the next day morning, they go to a vegan restaurant in search of their first target, where they select the owner of the restaurant to kill. Now when it was time to kill that man, Vincent's hands began to tremble and he ran away from there. After this, Vincent comes to Sophie and says that I will not be able to do this. Then Sophie tells him not to worry, you will do this, but you need a little practice. Anyway, the next day they go to a vegan festival with a new plan, where they were also pretending to be a vegan. Actually, their real intention was to choose their weakest target from this vegan festival, which they could easily kill. Now after a while, they find their weak prey, who was a thin boy. After which Vincent sits in the car with his wife and waits for that man to come. With this, he was also deciding how to kill him. Now that boy also comes there. On the other hand, Vincent hid his knife behind him and started moving forward to kill him. But before he could do anything, his two other friends also reach there. Vincent somehow quickly hides the knife behind him. Now Vincent knows that the three of them are going to attack a meat shop tonight. And with this, he also tells Vincent and Sophie to walk with him on this mission. Now Vincent and Sophie are forced to walk with them because they did not want them to know that Vincent's real intention was to kill them. Now after a while, they all reached a meat shop where they found out that this meat shop is not of anyone else, but of their arrogant friend Mark. Now because Mark was their competitor, Vincent did not feel bad in breaking his stuff, but he was having a lot of fun in breaking the stuff of his shop. After this, they both go inside a restaurant where there is a debate between Vincent and Sophie about something. This debate increases so much that Vincent leaves him and goes away. Taking advantage of this, a waiter came to Sophie who started talking to him sweetly. Their conversation was so intense that the waiter convinced Sophie to come to his house. Now when Sophie kisses the waiter here, she cuts his lips, because of which he started bleeding badly from his mouth. Look at this. Sophie tells him that you don't take tension from here. My house is a little far away. You come to my house there, I will cure your wound. After this, Sophie brings the waiter to her house, where she slowly told Vincent that now we do not care about anything because I have brought my prey home. You just have to kill him now. Although this time too Vincent's hands are not able to get up to kill him, he says that I will not be able to do this work. Then Sophie says that if you can't kill him, then tonight I will go to sleep with him. After this, Sophie really comes to him. Seeing this scene, Vincent's face turned red badly. Now the matter had become personal. He hits him badly and crushes his head. After this, they clean the blood from their house and throw all the bloody clothes with that boy Scooty in the river so that no evidence is left. Now after coming from there, these two cut his body all night. Now the next morning we see that Mark's phone comes to them. When these people go to Mark and his wife, they start crying seeing them. Mark's wife tells that someone attacked our shop late at night, now who told them that there was no one else attacking their shop, but they were both. Now in the same conversation, a police officer tells Vincent to walk aside and talk. Vincent's face turned pale, and he thought that he did not know everything. But the matter was something else. Actually, he was talking to Vincent about buying meat from his Iranian pig. Now that day, he sells human meat to many customers, and only after a while, his meat becomes out of stock again. Now the craze of Iranian pig had spread so much that all the butcher shops around were completely shut down. Now Vincent did not hesitate to kill anyone. He starts killing someone on a daily basis, and even increases the price of his meat. But this does not affect the crowd of people. People wanted to buy this meat at any cost. Now seeing their progress, one day Mark also tests this meat. And when he also ate that meat, he also found that meat amazing. But in the meantime, something comes into his mouth while eating, and when he takes it out of his mouth, his wife, who used to be a nurse, recognizes that this is a pacemaker which is applied to the heart patient. Look, Vincent remembered one thing, that when he killed his target, he was a heart patient, so maybe this is his meat. Now Vincent tries to justify him here that maybe it must have come out of a pig, but they were not ready to believe this. Now the fight between them starts here, and soon their fight. Vincent eats Mark's ear while fighting with Mark, and seeing Vincent bite like this, his wife is completely surprised. Now Vincent's thing was going to be too heavy for him in the future, about which he had no idea. But unaware of all this, Vincent and Sophie continue their work and kill people and sell them. Now one day they both go to a vegan festival where Vincent's eyes fall on a small child. Vincent's brain was so badly damaged that when he saw the child's body, water started coming into his mouth. Seeing this, Vincent began to feel disgusted with himself, and he starts going from there. That's when he meets Louise and his daughter Chloe. Louise was completely stunned to see both of them here, because this is a vegan festival, and what are the butchers doing here? He says that slowly, vegans are being killed, which I don't feel right at all. Surely this is the work of non-vegetarian people, one of whom you are also there. Now here we see a man of that gang with whom Vincent had attacked Mark's shop, when he found out that these people are non-vegetarian while he was pretending to be vegetarian with them. Then he feels very bad. Now after night, when Vincent is cutting meat, then the policeman also comes there. He says that I want to see how you cut the meat of the Iranian pig. Saying this, he tries to come inside. Now Vincent's dog comes there with a cut hand. Vincent explains to the policeman that the meat of the Iranian pig is not there yet. It is still out of stock. Saying this, he sends the policeman back from there, and fortunately, the policeman does not see that cut hand. Now after a while, Louis comes to him. Louis says to both of them that whatever I told you today at the vegan festival, I am ashamed of it. Actually, I am very sad that my vegan friends are missing. Sophie tells Vincent to kill Louis here because now this was their next prey. Look at this. Vincent is surprised because he knew that Sophie has gone completely crazy. His mind has now crossed all the limits. Now Vincent takes Louis out of his house as soon as possible. Sophie says to Vincent that what did you do? This was a very good opportunity for us. Then Vincent told him that it was enough. I am not going to do this anymore. Anyway, in the morning, Vincent tells everyone that the Iranian pig meat is over and now this meat will never be found. Actually, this meat has now stopped being exported. Hearing this, all the customers are very disappointed because they had been standing in line for a long time. Now by saying this, Vincent leaves Sophie alone in the shop and goes out of there. After finding Sophie alone in the shop, the same 3 vegans come there and they kidnap Sophie from here and take her with them. Actually, he was completely annoyed with both of them. They say that we thought you were a vegan, but you pretended to be a vegan with us. Now you will definitely be punished for this. Now when Vincent reached the shop, he saw a van of vegans there. Now when he went inside his shop, he saw that those goons have kept his wife as a prisoner. Here Vincent's dog attacks one, and Vincent kills another girl immediately. But the last activist left among them fights Vincent and hangs him in a hook, which made Vincent's condition very bad. Now, in the meantime, Sophie released herself and threw a hook at the activist and killed him. Now at the end of the movie, we are shown that Mark and Mark's wife had informed the police that they had a suspicion on Vincent and Sophie. When an investigation was carried out on this matter, Vincent and Sophie were caught. Vincent and Sophie had committed 30 murders together, because of which both of them are sentenced to death. And with this, the movie ends here. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.